Hello friends, I am Bushra Gul and the topic that we are going to discuss today is sleeping disorders. We know that most of our behavioral traits are controlled by our genes, that is, genetics is playing its role in controlling our behavior that include abilities, feelings, moods, personalities, intelligence, communication of a person, and how a person deals with the stress. Disorders with behavioral symptoms are wide ranging and include sleeping disorders, phobias, anxiety, dementia, psychosis, addiction, and mood alterations. What is a sleep? A sleep has been called a vital behavior of unknown function, and indeed, without sleep, animals can even die. We spend a third of our lives in this mysterious state. Sleeping disorders are a group of conditions that affect the ability to sleep properly on a regular basis. Genes influence the characteristics of sleep, the schedule, like quality of sleep, sleeping habits, etc. Monozygotic twins that are formed of single zygote and are called identical twins, they report more in common than the dizygotic twins, showing the inheriting patterns of the sleeping disorders. Brain studies of twins confirm hereditary influence. REM, that is rapid eye movement sleep, is associated with dreaming and therefore may reflect input and experience more than the genes. First sleeping disorder that we are going to discuss here is the narcolepsy. Researchers identified the first gene that relates to narcolepsy in 1999, and it was studied in dogs, and the condition was called narcolepsy with cataplexy. Humans have this disorder, but usually they do not inherit it as a single gene trait, as a monogenic trait. More often, it is polygenic with environmental influences. So, what happens in narcolepsy? In narcolepsy, an individual falls asleep several times a day, disturbing daily activities. Sleep paralysis, that is, inability to move for a few minutes after awakening, is another symptom of narcolepsy. Cataplexy is the most dramatic manifestation of this disorder. During short and sudden episodes, a person can fall on the ground. This often occurs during excitement or laughter, which can be quite disturbing both for the affected individual and the bystanders. People with narcolepsy and cataplexy cannot participate in most of the activities for fear of falling and injuring themselves. Narcolepsy with cataplexy affects only 0.02 to 0.06% of the general population of North America and Europe, but the fact that it is much more common in certain families suggests a genetic component. Studies on dogs led researchers the way to discover human narcolepsy gene. A researcher at Stanford University in 1999 identified mutation in the gene that encodes receptor for a neuropeptide called hypocretin. So, in the lack of that receptor, it does not arrive at the surface of the cell of certain brain cells. As a result, cells cannot receive signal to promote state of awakeness. How narcolepsy can be treated? By changing the lifestyle, that is practicing good sleep hygiene, limit caffeine, tobacco, alcohol, exercise, get more sunlight, schedule naps, keep a to-do list and stay organized. Medications that can be used to treat narcolepsy contain stimulants, antidepressant, and sodium oxybate, etc. The next disorder is the restless leg syndrome, as it can be seen in the figure. It is a condition with overwhelming need to move the legs. This urge is sometimes accompanied by a tightening sensation in the legs, like the stinging or tingling sensation. The cause of this sensation is mostly unknown, though genetic may play a part. Low levels of iron in the brain may also lead to restless leg syndrome. These symptoms are mostly prevalent during the night sleep. It is also sometimes associated with certain health conditions like Parkinson's disease, HD, but the exact cause is always unknown. Sleep apnea or sleep apnea is another sleeping disorder. It is a serious medical condition because the body is unable to take frequent and sufficient oxygen and is characterized by pauses in breathing during the sleep. It can also cause you to wake up during the night. Symptoms include snoring, pauses in breathing often followed by gaps or snort sound, and sleeplessness during daytime hours. The next disorder is insomnia, that refers to inability to fall asleep or to remain asleep. It can be caused by jet lag, stress, anxiety, hormones, or digestive problems. Insomnia can be dangerous to overall health and the quality of life, as it may lead to depression, difficulty concentrating, irritability, weight gain, impaired work or school performances. Insomnia can be transient or short term insomnia. This type of insomnia often occurs in the after stressful life event. It can also happen if you work shifts or have jet lag. You may experience disturbed sleep, unable to relax, and may be unable to pinpoint any real reason for your inability to sleep. Chronic insomnia is characterized by having difficulty falling asleep and maintaining sleep for at least 1 month. You feel exhausted during the day. Another one is the sleepwalking. It occurs during deep sleep and results in an individual either walking or performing complex behaviors while still asleep. It is more common among children. Causes include sleep deprivation, stress, and chaotic sleep schedule. The next one is the familial advanced sleep syndrome, or called FASP. People with advanced sleep phase syndrome generally have difficulty staying awake unless they go to bed very early. They promptly fall asleep at 7:30 each night and awake suddenly at 4:30 am. Humans with this condition have a single DNA-based substitution in gene on chromosome 2, and the gene is called period. The mutation prevents encoded protein from binding phosphate chemical group, which it must do to pass on the signal that synchronizes sleep-wake cycle with sunrise and sunset. People with FASP have mutation in different genes, so the condition is heterogenic. That is more than one gene controlling a phenotype. Diagnosis and treatment of the sleeping disorders. Circadian rhythms are like jet lag in that your body clock is off. Treatment depends on the specific type of circadian rhythm disorders and may include adjustment of bedtimes and rise times, appropriately timed melatonin use, and bright light therapy. Cognitive therapy teaches you to recognize and change negative beliefs and thoughts that contribute to your sleep problems. Behavioral therapy teaches you how to avoid behaviors that keep you awake at night and replace them with better sleep habits. Use of medications can also relieve from these disorders. So in order to treat the sleeping disorders, medications, behavioral therapies, cognitive therapies may help the person who is facing these kind of disorders. I hope that today's video was informative. Keep following.